Today's video is specifically for those of you who are struggling with your mental health or with certain people or situations in your life. Therapy really changed my life, and it's freaking expensive, and I know not everyone has access to it. So I just want to share 5 important tools my therapist taught me that I think you can also try on your own. The first one is writing a letter to someone who's hurt you. Don't worry, you don't have to actually send them this letter or give it to them. The idea is to just write freely your thoughts and emotions or anything you want to say to this person. Maybe it's someone who is no longer a part of your life, or maybe it's someone who is a part of your life, but you know that they simply just won't understand you. So it's a way for you to just let everything out. I had to write a letter to an abusive ex. I didn't send it to him, but it really helped me get the closure that I needed, and it can help you move on. The second is creating a safe place. This is useful for anyone with anxiety or racing thoughts. When you're alone, get comfortable in a quiet place. Take a few minutes to focus on your breathing. Close your eyes. Become aware of any tension that you have in your body, and let that tension go each time you exhale. Now, imagine a place where you feel calm, peaceful, and safe. Think of what you see, touch, hear, taste even. Make sure that you don't have any human in this safe place. It's just you. For me, I'm on a beach, it's sunset, I can hear the birds chirping. I have a massage chair in the middle of the beach that's massaging me, and there are tons of dogs. Over the course of a week, just keep adding details to this safe space. Every little tiny detail of what you hear, what you see, how you feel. The next time you have anxiety or panic attack or whatever it is that you don't feel good and settled, right? Tap into this image again. I have done this a few times and it has been useful. The next is one of my favorite tools, which is gratitude journaling. Writing down the things that you're grateful for. So I used to write it down each day, 3 things that I'm grateful for. It really helps you focus or just remember that no matter how bad times are, you do have things to be grateful for. It's just a nice way to balance out any kind of negative emotions you're feeling or bad environment that you might be in. I don't always have the time to write it down now, but it's become such a habit that before I sleep, I just quickly think of 3 things I want to say thank you for that happened in that day. And it's really changed my perspective, because throughout the day I'm thinking of what can I be grateful for. Oh wow, this coffee is amazing. Think of how it was made and how it was imported, and you're just grateful for the entire process because of how much has gone into it for you to actually appreciate that cup of coffee. So a lot to be grateful for. Next is chair work. Chair work is useful if you have any unresolved feelings with someone else, or even if you have inner conflict and you criticize yourself a lot. What you need for this is 2 physical chairs. When you sit on one chair, you're yourself, and when you move to the other chair, you have to put yourself in the shoes of either the person that you have a conflict with, or maybe a past version of yourself that you need to forgive. So for me, I once did this exercise as my 26-year-old self on one chair, and then my 18-year-old self on another chair. And it's important that you just pick one topic, like I'm upset with you for making bad decisions, for example. So 26-year-old self was needed to forgive 18-year-old self. The idea is to have that chat. By the end of this exercise, I was able to remind myself of how hard it really was for 18-year-old me. And I ended up cutting myself some slack and just realizing that I did the best I could at that time. So it helped with my inner dialogue. Every time I have a problem with someone or a conflict, I in my head go, well, what would he say about this, or what would she say about this? And you then start to see things from a perspective that's not just your own. You get yourself out of your own head and you realize that it's not what you think it is, or it's less bad than you think it is. It can be useful. Finally, ask yourself if your core is intact. Have you been sleeping enough? Have you been exercising enough? Have you been eating healthy enough? So for me, I do yoga, and I can almost always, when I'm feeling like I'm having prolonged periods of bad days, I can almost always relate it back to something in my core being missing. Like I'm either not getting enough vitamins, I'm not sleeping enough, or I haven't been doing yoga. So before you say, oh, like I'm just in a really bad spot, I don't know what to do, ask yourself if your core is being met. Like, are you getting all these things checked off? And if not, do them before you decide there's no hope. Definitely Google these techniques if you have to figure out how exactly to do best, navigate it yourself. Sorry. Because I'm not a professional, obviously, but these techniques have really helped me, and I hope you can use them too. Don't forget about this after this video. The only way this works is if you actually give these things a try and not just give in to whatever's happening in your life. And that's about it, really. Thank you for watching, and I hope you feel better soon if you're struggling.